To introduce yourself, I'm Murray. We're also Daisy. We're part of Dazeray. We're collaborative illustrators, so we graduated just over a year ago. So this is just a kind of retrospective about the two of us. We're going to talk individually and also talk about ourselves as collaboration. So bear with us because it's a bit hard to do it chronologically. So we're going to talk about ourselves at university first, through first year to third year. And then we're going to talk about our time at Dazeray, because that came at the end of third year. And then we're going to go into a little bit of what we're up to now since we've left, because we've got a few interesting things to tell you. So just go. That's us. Yeah. We did a brief recently, and they had to have a black and white picture of the two of us. So we spent like an hour having to go through pictures, trying to do a picture. So we thought it'd be a laugh to put in there. No one's laughing because no one's doing it. So I'm going to go first. So this is me from first year. So to give you a brief introduction, I had done Foundation first at Trowbridge, and I came to university, and I'm not going to lie, I was very arrogant when I first started university here. I assumed that when I started here, I was going to get first in every project. I thought I was going to just be like rolling in it, everything was going to be great. Didn't really go that way. So these are two examples of my work when I was first starting, and like one was from doing digital media, introducing first time using Photoshop, doing character design. I just picked these two as just an idea to show when I first started out and stuff. I was quite imaginative. I had my own ideas and stuff like that, but really no real kind of like construct of where I was going or anything. I was kind of a loose cannon. Every module I did, I just kind of like went into it with like thinking, got this idea, I'm going to do this, and we'll see where it gets me. So but when it was the second year, obviously I've always loved comics and I've always loved cartoons. So I think many of you know about Inksuit. Yeah? Yeah, everyone knows Inksuit. Okay. Me and Sue, I'm taking joint credit for it. Me and Sue both together started Inksuit in my second year, because a lot of us first started doing comics and we thought we were doing mythology. So we kind of got this whole ball running, and I was quite interested in narrative at the time. So these are two different examples of what I did in second year. Second year was a bit of a roller coaster for me, because I picked these two as examples of the area I've gone the right way, but I did do picture books, I did do some other things which were, it was a good year. I mean, for people first year, so I was on second year is great because it really challenges you for the first time since going to university, personally for me, what you want to start doing and what areas you can go into. I mean, I tried picture book, didn't really work out that well, if you remember.
Have you got a copy of your picture book? The fucking zebra one?
The snow.
Oh, what is zebra one? The zebra one you tried to do?
Oh, the petting zoo.
Yeah, the fucking petting zoo, as we call it, the title.
That wasn't a kid book, that was a zine.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
There was, I did a zine called, the Dean's fucking petting zoo, because I like obscenities at the time, because I thought if you put fluff in something, automatically meant that it was funny. Again, didn't work out that way. But comics was the main way in second year, so after that, trying for things out, comics is where I kind of thought in second year, okay, this is the direction I like, I know what I'm doing with this, I enjoy narrative, so I went to third year, because third year was the area where you get, second year you can experiment around, but like, coming into your third year, you start thinking, right, what is it I want to do? I want to develop these skills, You start setting yourself thinking, I've got like a year left and then I'm out in the real world, so you have to start thinking, how am I going to be an illustrator? So when I entered third year, I decided to try and develop comics further. I was thinking, how could I push this? So pretty much from the beginning of third year up till Christmas, I was completely dedicated to being a comic artist. I came up with a story called Toastio, which was about a robot toaster who was made by the government. It's a nuclear secret defense weapon, but the scientists love toast too much, so he made a toaster, as you do. And then obviously the government were obviously disappointed because no one wanted to be defended by a toaster. And then the public had an outcry because all the taxes were getting paid on the toaster. And then he fought a robot that was made of Marmite, called Marmatron, who got beat because he had a wheat allergy to the toast. So anyway, so I kind of went to the idea of comics and that kind of stuff in third year. And for me, in the third year of uni and stuff like that, you really have to kind of like, it was really daunting up first half of the year, because I had a lot of different directions, because I enjoy doing this stuff. I love comics, but honestly, comics took me too long to do. If you want to be a comic artist, like someone like Christian here I know, he produces work like this and it's top notch, and that's for a comic book artist. In my head, if you want to be a professional doing just comic books, you need to have those skills. And I was like, I like doing a comic, but then it takes me like about to do about 4 or 5 pages would take me about maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, and that's too long. And then on top of that, then, you know, I wanted to do like a big huge illustration, which I would just be spending like a good like 20 hours on just doing a drawing, and then there'd be like maybe comics, maybe this. So when it came to my halfway through third year, at the end, at the same point some of the third years are now, Sue and George went to me and said, well, you know, you've got comics here, you've got these, which are nice, and then if you want to do the next one, and then I did this, which is it was A0, which was it took me 60 hours to do. I got into some illustrators called the Elvis Studio, got into them, and I really liked the work, and I was like, I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to do something massive, and it's going to take me ages, and nearly lost my mind over it, but I finished it, so it's like, you know, pretty much actually about that size, like, you know, in real life. And the two of George went to me like, you know, this is great, you've done this, you've done that, but what's it for, you know, what's the context, where are you going? And I was like, I wanted to draw, I thought it was good, I thought it was fun to do a big drawing, and they're like, okay, but you're leaving uni in half the year, so where are you going to go next? So I had a complete U-turn, and I decided to go, right, I thought, I like doing illustration, I like doing stuff, and you know what, I'm going to have a go at commercialism. So this is for, originally, I used for Lloyd's Art of Nurture, they do a competition, entered into this. Ironically, the piece I did a year before that got into the Nationals, but was the district, regional, that's the word I'm looking for. And this one I thought was 100 times better than the one the year before, but actually they didn't pick this one. But anyway, the idea, you see the work transcend from the kind of comics and the kind of abstract, and then into how I started thinking, well, how can I put this together in a kind of more commercial way? Start introducing things that I like, but still retaining all the things that I've always enjoyed, even from first year, like, you know. And I started to try and develop this into even further, up to into my end of year project. I started like introducing characters, making narratives and stories, but in a way that would be accessible in any way. So I thought, I can do things that I was doing before, which was all crazy, but you know, you can start putting this into stuff. Like, you know, you can think about products, you can think about t-shirts, you can think about how these illustrations start fitting into other things. You look at other artists like John Bergman, who does all character illustrations, but he does it everything. He does it from like wall installations, he does shoes. So you have to start developing your way, and you start believing yourself in style, and but it's all about that development. For me at uni, it was how you go from one point of knowing, you think you know everything, and then one morning you think you want to do something else, you change your mind, and you lose confidence, but it's all about how you find your way, you think, this is the way I want to go, and you pick it, and you believe in it. So, for me personally, that's what, again, there's one more, this one, which is this is another one part of it, you know, even more going to characters and stuff, and up to this point in uni, we're going to go into a bit more of me dating together, a bit Dazeray, but up until this third year, this is where I kind of went to. So that's a rough idea of my 1 to 3 years and stuff like that, but there's a bit more afterwards. But I promise for the later of it, I'm going to talk slower now, because I'm kind of bending my groove, so if anyone wants to talk to me anything I've just said afterwards, and wants me to repeat it, I can do that, so okay. But I'm going to let Daisy step in for a second now. Yeah.
Oh, hi. Yeah, when I came to this com, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do film, but it doesn't always work like that. Like when you're in first year, you know, and to work with other people and different lecturers, and what you find, what you're get into, what you're good at, and what you enjoy. And I've always wanted to. I always drew anyway, but I thought, you know, it just felt natural to do illustration. Because at the moment, you pick in first year now, don't you? When you're going to illustration, but we had a whole year of like everything, and then we picked in second year, so kind of made that choice and stuck with it. So it was good. And so this is work from first and second year. I think it was just like first time using Illustrator and Photoshop for like commercial briefs. So like this one was for like Spaghetti Junction, you know, our like magazine that we have. Still have it? Yeah, probably. Probably not very good. But yeah, it's like hold on to things. Then do some like logos for friends' bands, which are like super through. Yeah, just like trying to find little briefs or helping people out and just like never saying no to anything, having a go. That's like a commercial YCN or something brief that you have to do in second year, basically. So I started enjoying typography quite early on. I kept using typography within my work, like hand-drawn type, and just fun characters and colours. So I guess this point also experimenting with what kind of colours I like from my style, and mixing brights with pastels and that kind of stuff, like bold shapes. And then I went on to end of second year because I was doing a lot of digital stuff, And then I was like, oh, I don't really know where I'm going. And it came to the end of second year, and like, come on, you've got to up your game. I think I did these, I can't remember if these were in second or third year. Second year, I think end of second year. In summer, between second and third, I suddenly thought, oh no, I'm going to be in third year soon. And I was like, so I stayed in the print room with two for quite a bit of the summer doing these, let it grow books. Yeah. And doing some screen printed books and things. The print room wasn't really being used that much. Like, I noticed today, like, those people in there, it's really good. But, yeah, it was kind of in danger of being shut down at that point, I think. No one was using it. She was taken over, but we didn't have that many people in there. Yeah. In the wrong way. But, I was thinking about doing this project on guerrilla gardening, like, the illicit cultivation of someone else's land, you know, inner city gardening sort of things. This is all like promotion for that, like let it grow and like just fun characters to promote like organic, like eco-friendly stuff. So I decided to use screen printing medium for that, and that was my first kind of time using screen printing, and I really loved it. And these ones were done with cut out stencil, so you do drawing and you photocopy it many times and cut out from cardboard, and it takes quite a long time actually before it cuts out on different layers, and then just experimenting with different colours and overlaps. So you probably all like have done screen printing, but like there's two layers of blue and the yellow and the green, just like the middle colour that happens when it comes down. Things like that. Yeah. So because the screen printing room wasn't really being used that much, we started off a book ABC. We started off. And it was artist book collected at Bayard. So me and Sarah, another student who I get together, she's not here. But we took hold of that with Chu and went to all the fairs and the students before us in the year above as well, and promoted the university that way, which also led on to us having the student academic partner scheme. I don't know if you still have that. Chloe was one, wasn't she?
Yeah. So it went on last year, but we didn't get it this year.
Oh.
It
was the first year we got it, and it was amazing because basically we were getting paid to come in and work and help people print and like rejuvenate the print room and just order stuff, tidy stuff, keep it clean, encourage the book fairs, curate what we were going to take to the fairs. So it gave us a lot of experience and gave us a lot of confidence in working in the print room and doing that sort of side of illustration, which is a lot what you have to do when you leave anyway, from what I wanted to do. To be done for next month, so student academic partner, screen print for, that's like advertising the whole scheme. They students union committee to do a little print, and it says like can be up either way, like staff and students both benefit equally from it. It's kind of on a level like a tutor almost. So the scheme actually won at the THE Higher Education Awards, which was kind of I think big deal. So like we won the award for student support. So it was quite good, got to do the awards ceremony.
I mean, what Daisy's talking about, I think there are a lot of opportunities that Bayard has, and the idea is that you need to be open to these opportunities. It is easy to be, from the first to the third year, to be very insular, and that is, it's all about me, it's all about me, no one's helping me, no one's helping me. And then a lot of tutors, just like a lot of friends, a lot of people, they don't really want to associate with people who are just very insular. So it is about opening yourself up and seeing what opportunities there are, and talking to other people and going, like there's Erasmus for first years, like going to Europe, you know, it's like I've been dumped with it, so if you want to come talk to me, I'm the coordinator now, so it's like, you know, it's like, and it'd be good if any of you do want to go to Europe, so I'm butting in here, go to Europe, that would be like, come talk to me now, and find a place that's really good, say, oh yeah, I really definitely want to go there, it's got a great course, you know, and then, you know, there's all kinds of opportunities. And I think that's the opportunity we had then was the SAPS. And the reason I chose Daisy was because she was so open to kind of like, yeah, that's not like, no, I've got too much work today, or really unreliable, as in, yeah, I'll do it, but never turns up, that kind of thing. So it is really good that, you know, if you've got that kind of really optimistic and enthusiastic character.
Well, in first year, I think me and a friend also went to go and see Nathan, and we're just like, because we didn't really know what uni was going to be about, we were a little bit disappointed, you know, you think you're going to get loads of one-on-one time, you think you're going to get your own little space to have your work, like, and, you know, and it's really not like that. I don't think it's like that anymore, really. You need to just take the opportunity yourself and not think, oh no, I'm miserable because no one's giving me time and teaching me. You just need to work out yourself and use the time that you have 3 years to improve your skills. And
I mean, Wednesday's a great day. Next door is
but these are the two main A2 prints. I think I've got them for Wednesday. But the idea was just to remember things, little slogans or little things in life, BCU from very insane to mundane, to enjoy little funny things. So it's pretty straightforward. Underlying things. I think that's it. Oh, this is another little thing in third year I did was a collaboration with Art Clothing. So I made these mouse characters, like Token Heads, and they all put on this t-shirt, not really stitched up the t-shirts, but the other one I have a stitched up to. But yeah, you could order them online and buy them, and that was like my first taste of having something out there through a collaboration, like understanding invoices and bills and, you know, handing them out of money and stuff like that, which happens with everything. It's kind of good to try and get something like that in a steady way. You've still got a support network around you to, you know, say to your friends or your tutor, like, oh, I'm not sure about this or not about that. But oh yeah, this one's the Urban Outfitters interview that also happens at the end of third year. Sometimes you get contacted by people and you never find out how. Like, still don't know how they found me, so they don't tell me when I ask them, but I'm happy to do like a 50-page interview on the website and some work that's really old now, embarrassed about that it's on there. And I did what the next one is the downloadable wallpaper for Urban Outfitters that you can download from the website. With like characters on repeat pattern. It's probably a bit busy for a wallpaper, see what I say. Okay. That's what I was thinking to say, but yeah, that's fun. Is that the last one?
Yeah, it was the Dazeray.
Okay. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. We're on, so, we both mentioned
Oh, sorry.
So this is both of us, yeah. So we didn't really know how to do this chronologically without it being confusing, because like we both work separately but together. So we put this section kind of in the middle, because when it came to the end of uni, the big break that we did was after designing the whole thing, I'm going to be a commercial illustrator. I think there was an email was going round. Someone sent an email saying someone was looking for an installation for a window, and I did that big giant A0 drawing. So I contacted them saying, "Do you want this?" And they were like, "Well, no, we won't." They said we want something to do with the Julie Quarter, because for at the time, obviously, recession, there's a lot of black shops, black spots for shops that are closing down. And the Julie Quarter, they're called Regeneration of the Julie Quarter. Rejuvenation. Yeah, that's it. And they wanted to educate people and bring up like sparkle up plumbing a bit. So I got this interview and I was like, I've never had anything this big before, doing anything like this, and I'm doing a window for the public, and I was like,
it was the council, wasn't
but it was, yeah, exactly. So I knew Daisy had done stuff like this, and Daisy's work was a lot more accessible than mine, because like mine's a bit like for him and hers. So I said, do you want to come on to this meeting? You know, if I don't want it, you can have it. And then we had this meeting, and it sounded really interesting. We thought, well, hell with it. Somehow we tried to work together. We did like so. We produced this, which we've got the next one along, which here there, which was actually in a spot. I don't know if anyone saw it in Birmingham, but we actually had a whole shop window. But it's vinyl. It looked small. It was actually like each panel was like that high, like this up. It's quite tall. So we did this together. It was a really big break. You know, you're coming into your third year, and all of a sudden you've got like your work up before anyone else is ever like worrying about the main project for the grad show. You've got up in the middle of Birmingham, like like Jolly Pot. You've got your work up here. And then this is when things really started to turn for us, because everyone came because inside the shop it was empty, and we thought, well, we've got the grad show, but grad show is great, but if you can get your work out there on your own, exclusive to everyone else, perfect. So we spoke to the landlord and said, can we use the inside? Can we do an exhibition of a major project?
Down the landlord.
Yeah, so we hunted them down, like, the guy gave us the keys. I mean, obviously.
Really nice, yeah. Okay, but I think it's still good to always aim for those, like, top people, because you never know. It's good part.
Well, the thing is.
Doing invite by post.
The thing is, and from this, things kind of like skyrocketed away from. So we did this certification, obviously, in the third year. And then from this straight away, we got an exhibition at Army Farmers, which we did this year in June. Does everyone know the Here and Now shop illustration in Bristol? No? It's a really nice, it's been really nice You know, they do all kind of illustration from all the top illustrators, that kind of stuff. We've got one in Bristol, and the other one is ironically in Falmouth, which is like, no one doesn't know, it's like right, you know, like Plymouth, past there, right at the bottom of England.
Yeah.
It's right down there. So,
it's really beautiful shop and gallery.
Yeah.
It's really known for illustration.
Where, sorry?
Six Cross.
I think it might be.
Road.
Yeah,
I'm from Bristol.
Well, you're from Bristol. I think it might be. I live near Bristol, but not. I've not actually been to the one there, but I know that one is more known.
Bigger.
That one is bigger. That one is more well known because it's Bristol, and then the one in Falmouth's like a sister shop, and like. But both of them, they do like exhibitions. They have people like they have John Bergman has been there. They've had like lots of big like illustrators like Girls Who Grow, stuff like that. So yeah, but straight away from us doing this show, it was almost like Dazeray, like to work two of us together became this, and then we did the exhibition in June at Falmouth, which was I think which is called You're My Favourite. What was the title again? Really wrong. It's like You're My Favourite, the sweet and twisted. You got it. Oh, you got it.
My favourite.
Everyone is good at something. Yeah.
Like you said, you're my.
Oh yes, it's my stuff. I did the. They did like best like your things which were good about it, and I was like things which you were like the people were the best at, but which were like. Yeah, so best at exploding and the best at regurgitation. Somebody completely regurgitated himself inside out. I also did You're the Best at Toenail Eating, and there was one at people. There was some keyhole watching. Yeah, one who like is best at keyhole watching, and at the end he gets arrested because he control.
So like for this one, we had also experience for the next one about type, font, paper, printing. Like we built all that up at uni and used facilities how to learn how to use font labs. Discover what kind of papers you like while they're at uni, all that kind of stuff.
Well, we had our own complete colour palette. I mean, the way we worked together, although like the work we've shown here, we could have worked quite separate individually. One of the great things working together as well, you can get rid of restrictions. So we had a colour palette, and it was like this colour palette is the one we're only able to use. So within exactly. So I think we should use colour palette. And the other point setting we did an alphabet, which is A to Z of
Not very good.
No, but it was A to Z of like everything like best or favourites is one alphabet. We did run out of ideas at Z. Z's really hard, so unfortunately Z is You're the Best Zebra Impersonator.
Very funny one.
I thought it was funny because it's a picture of birds and he's like two black stripes on himself. But other than that, all the rest of them I'd say are like very original ideas. But and we've got higher. But here's give you an example of the addressing. So what we did was we did a letter each, like on off like that and stuff like that. So
we also had our own bunting made for exhibition. I really wanted it.
I was
in our colour palette.
Yeah, I wasn't really into the bunting, but it did look good again. So it's little things can make all the difference. So anyway, moving on. So that was in terms of exhibition stage, but even on top of that, we've done other things like. This was just, I mean, it's not pretty, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but like, it's little things just getting involved and stuff. Like, this was,
very quick.
For a restaurant, a pop-up restaurant. I worked at a restaurant. The guy who did illustration, he did in Shoreditch, London, quite arty, and art, like in 1950s, kind of, style restaurant was put up. They wanted to produce a menu. We said, okay, we'll do it. We did it, and we got, I think, the whole 3-course meal was like, was it 50 quid or something like that? But and we got Sarah, the girl before, she was visiting, so we got all three of us like free meals to this huge big plush meal. So 150 quid worth, and it was like do a menu and you get like that, and it's good because they got some press and we and we're all little things are there. You got the little stingray, the Dazeray, so it's like it tells how you start to market yourself. Even the little things you normally think that I would put this in portfolio, but at the same time, there's always little things you should get involved with and doing because. Anything leads to anything. I mean, like out of nowhere, I'm at work, I work a full-time job at the moment, because watching illustration is not a good job with the hands out cash. But all the time, people talk to me. The minute I see anyone who I think might have any straight away, I'm an illustrator. I'm making my coffee, but I'm always trying to get in there because you do not know where opportunities come from. I swear, Gilbert and George come into my restaurant now and stuff like that, and I've got them to kind of look at my work a little bit. So I'm just going to try and keep. So, I'm not expecting a collaboration with Gilbert and George, but you never know. So you have to just keep hounding everyone. And then so we're just intending on. We expanded on it, but
we ended up using the same colour palette from our favourite.
Yeah. And does anyone know the cohunter.com? go into it, it's got a really big design website. It apparently it gets like 1.8. This is a guy told me, but it gets 1.8 million views a month. And the go on to install the tents when it was launched, and they had our tent at the top of the whole blog of the thing. So it was like a little bit of a kudos to us. So we were happy.
How much did you get paid for it?
We got paid £500 upfront commission.
For one night's work.
What?
For one night's work.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then on top of that, then we get £20 per tent sold. There's limited edition 95. So we're hoping if it goes really well, because we've been in talks with the guys, the 400 things dropped in the blog, that we might expand into other things. But we make about 1,800 between the two of us if we sell all the tents. But for like the work we produce, it's like, you know. The only annoying thing was
how expensive they are.
well, that and the file. I'm going to actually put the file together.
Oh yeah, that was a learning curve because it's the biggest file we ever had.
But Mike, literally, I'm not kidding you. I was up in the morning at 3:30 in the morning. We did this shift. We would be doing this in the morning. We had like work at 8 o'clock in the morning. You're up at 3:30 in the morning. All you want to do is save it. You want to save it and go to bed. But the saving it took half an hour to save. So the little spinning wheels there, and you have to sit there and go, I have to go to bed.
We listened singing one night, and then once they said, yeah, we want it on the tent, obviously changes come in, and then you have to work on the giant file, and that was when it took a long time, and you didn't do it. No, I didn't delete it. We made the final JPEG. If you think it's actual work, which is not, it was just it was a big file, but they had templates on the guidelines. And I very stupidly, I don't know why, I flattened my, I don't know how I did this, but I somehow lost the Photoshop of all the separate layers and ended up with the flattened file together, both the guidelines flattened with the file. So like, it was the whole design, but I had all the guidelines like crop here and all this on the design still, and I was like, oh, and I had to go to Daisy going, I've kind of stuck it and can't move it, so. Daisy's luckily, this is the best thing about us working together. Daisy's extremely patient, so we can. So in terms of how we work together, that's the main reason why I freak out a lot, and Daisy just completely chills out. So it kind of balances out a little bit. Okay, so next, we didn't take the photo obviously, but I think it was a really nice promotion shot. So it is really good to have something like this that you think you make this. I mean, being at a uni after a year, you start thinking you've got things like this under your belt, and all it was from is like, you know, an opportunity came up. One night we're sitting there, should we do it, should we not? We did it, you just get stuck in, you just got, I mean, you can call it luck, but at the same time, if you don't go for these things, you don't always keep, like, you know, every opportunity, you don't keep pushing yourself to do it, then. The thing is, we've had so much rejection as well.
Oh yeah, God.
The amount of stuff you apply for, you just don't get it, you don't even get a look in, and you think, mine's so much better than all theirs, and then you're just like, that's something you have to deal with.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the last one of the day, but we had something else to show. We're working with the University of Warwick as well, with big projects, but that's on the wraps, but it goes up next month. But I did have a file of it, but I don't know why when I converted it, when I got here from Keynote PowerPoint, it went mental, so for example, that's the show. But we are working with the University of Warwick as well, and
that was from...
Oh, the window mural,
The window mural, somehow they saw it on their radar somehow, and then got into contact with us like a year later saying, we saw this, we want something similar for our website for what, a 16-year-old thinking about coming to that.
Well, it's from year 5, is it? From year,
get them early.
Try this for a school, from year 5 to year 13, you have to make an illustration which relates that forward to age gap, like that. So
they seem to think that window mural sort of like...
Yeah, it was kind of like, So when we first did it, like, you've got free reign, so I had like spaceships and like heads exploding in the air, and then it fully went, and then it went, can we have buildings and little people inside classrooms, and I was like,
there's 16 for
so I mean, the reason I wanted to show it is because it had like all the Dazeray things, the colour and the kind of constraints of what we've learned, but it was going to show it in a more kind of like commercial thing. This is quite, you know, personally quite fun, but we have done quite boring commercial work as well, but it pays. And the thing is that, you know, getting paid to do illustration, but it's fine. I have this kind of whole new thing, like, as long as, you know, it's not, maybe it's a case of ethics, I don't know, I'm personally not that ethical when it comes to work, like, you know, I've got my work in a beer bottle, and I'm quite happy about it. But maybe like terms, I'm quite, if anything goes, if you've got the time to do it, I think, especially with the illustration that it's now, the key to getting out there is always being having an open mind and thinking, can I do this, can I not, can I start? That doesn't mean drop your standards, that doesn't mean just like put out shit work, because obviously that'll get back to you, but that means that, you know, being prepared to always like be open up to anything and thinking, how can I tackle this? Well yeah, well exactly, yeah, you know, you can technically make anything the way you want, like these tents, there's about on another like 10, 12 different designs, all completely different, so I always kind of stuff like that, but you don't think you can at first, but you can really put your own personal stamp and say, no, this is how I think it should look. People, especially if someone approaches you, have the confidence to think, well, you know, no, I'm gonna do it the way I think it should be done. So, yeah, that's. Yeah. I know we've talked to you quite a lot. We've got another bit now. We're both going to speak individually about what we've done after uni, but I know it's been quite a lot talking at you. So before we go on, does anyone want to do any Q&A now? Any questions before we carry on, or no one questions? No. Does everyone wanting to carry on? Everyone doesn't mind? We keep going? Yeah, okay, everyone's happy. All right, okay.